Hello paper crafters, I'm Sunny Sky and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today we're going to make this little shaker card tag, and in a future video I'll show you how I made this whole project with the mini treat bag thinlet. So today we're going to make this embellishment right here. So you will need the fresh fruit stamp set from the Fruit Stand Suite, and that's on page 148 and 49 in the current catalog. We're going to use this stamp image here, which goes with the peach, but today we're going to make it into an orange. And we're also using these fun sequins, and they are new this year. We have a bunch of colors and designs for those. And these foam adhesive strips, which are just amazing in the new catalog. They're about twice as thick as dimensionals and really thin. You see this is 1/8 of an inch or so, pretty thin. So you can use those in tight spaces. So let's get started on this. First of all, you need to stamp the images for the orange right here, and then this is on pumpkin pie, and then pear pizzazz for the, you know what, no, this is tangerine tango, and pear pizzazz for the leaf is what I did. And the reason I chose this is because in that Fruit Stand Suite, the designer series paper uses tangerine tango, so that's why I chose that orange. So let me show you what I did here. With this image, it goes just about inside of this 1 3/8 inch circle punch. And you can see I've just got no printing showing. If I go slightly over to one side or another, I'm going to see the printing. So it's pretty much just right in the middle there. And that's my opening. Oh, let me bring this back down where you can see our final project here. That's the opening where the shaker card is going to show through. And then you need enough width around this to have room to put some adhesive in there and to hide our foam adhesive strips. So then I'm just going to stamp with the 2-inch punch, and then I have the outside of my orange. I'm also with the 2-inch punch just on a scrap of Whisper White going to stamp the background circle, because you've got to have something behind to close up your shaker card. You could stamp on this an image or words. If you do that, you want to make sure you don't have too many shaker things so that they would show through. But since I'm just doing the orange, I just left it here so it could be sort of multi-purpose. So, and then you're going to cut out your leaves, and I've already cut them out here, my little leaves, and I'm going to use my smaller circle punch just to punch a little holes that I can put the tag through there. Alright, and then now let's get started on our shaker card. Now we have these foam adhesive strips, and you're just going to pull off the whole thing, and you can put it back on. You can see I have partial ones here from before. And you're going to put these not on the outside of your white circle, but in about as wide as the foam strip is. That's about how the same margin that I put inside of the white circle. Basically what you want to make sure is that that foam is going to be somewhere behind this orange section here. So you have a little bit of leeway. But you don't want to make it so far to the outside. You could make it to the right, to straight the outside, but if you do that, then some of your confetti or whatever you've got in there, you won't be able to see as well. So I like to put it closer to the inside. Then when you get to the end of this, you don't want to leave any space because you don't want your confetti coming out of there. So you just want to make sure that it's nice and tight. And these foam strips are nice and flexible so that you can curve them into a circular shape there. And then I'll just save this one for another project. So I used more than half of the sheet of the length of the foam adhesive for that. Now, there is a little bit of adhesive inside the foam sheets, and also there's this piece of cardstock here. You get a little static cling when you go with moving parts, and also with this acetate cover that we've got on here. So I'm just going to take my embossing buddy that I normally use when I'm heat embossing, and I'm just going to kind of tamp it inside here, and it's going to just add some powder and get rid of the static on the center, and just kind of around the edge of the adhesive in case there's any adhesive on that foam, so that my confetti won't stick in there. Now we're also using the acetate sheets, and these window sheets, acetate, and they are this nice clear material. They're nice and stiff. If you get around back to school time, office supply stores will have report covers on sale for real cheap, and you can get the clear acetate that way. It is not as thick and sturdy as this, but you could use that as an alternate. The other thing I wanted to tell you is that when you're punching through this, it's a little stiff, You might want a piece of copy paper behind it just to go with it, but when you're using our window sheets, it's sturdy enough, you're generally not going to have a problem. But if I was using report cover folders, I would probably just put a piece of copy paper on there. I'm going to also reduce the static on this, but I'm going to wait until I'm ready to adhere it because I don't want to forget which side is the part that I anti-staticked here. So, okay, so these are the Bold Brights embellishments, and there's lots of different shapes. You could pick what shapes you want, but you're just going to put a little pinch in there. Just a few of these. And then I'm going to remove the backing from your foam adhesive strip here. Alright, now I've got my acetate sheet, window sheet. I'm just going to put my anti-static on there. You are going to see the little bit of powder on there. I am okay with that because I'm not going to see it once I put it in there, and I just want to make sure that my pieces are where they need to be. Okay, and so I've centered that with the white circle on the back. I did get a little corner of my one star sort of stuck under there. He did come up and try and static cling even though I had done that, so it would have been worse if I had not. Okay, so that's that part, and then we just have to cover up this ugly with our little orange on the top. And I've got one here I already put some adhesive on. You can see not all the way around, but pretty much a couple places. Fast fuse. I just did it on a piece of scrap paper because you are going on a curved edge. It is going to come off the edges, the side just a little bit. It's stronger than your snail, and I'm not patient enough to let liquid glue dry. You also could put some mini glue dots on there if you want, because it's not holding your confetti in, so you don't need a solid adhesive. You've already taken care of that. And when I adhered it, I adhered it on a sheet that had some adhesive from another one I did, so I lost a little of my stamped image there. So I'm going to make sure my stem goes in that, just cover up my mess. Alright, so I'm going to put the mini glue dot just on the back of this leaf, and then I'll make sure that it's covering the orange. Alright, I'm just going to put that right in the center, and one is plenty, and I'm just going to cover up my little mess up there. And then some thick baker's twine. It is going to fray a little bit on you, but you're going to be okay with that. Let me get my ribbon scissors here. And then to knot it together, I just took both ends and just did the knot through both pieces. So there's your little shaker embellishment. Now you could write to, from on the back of this. Wouldn't this be cute at Christmas time with like a little Santa's beer shaker or something with some little white in there? That would be really cool. And the holiday mini catalog is coming out in about another month and a half, so we'll get to see what stamp sets we've got for Christmas. One other thing I wanted to tell you is that in the catalog there is a new confetti punch. It's a punch like this, and it has little tiny pieces that you could make your own confetti out of whatever color of cardstock you wanted. You could use the glimmer sheets or the metallic foil sheets or anything to do different kinds of things in there. Anything small, seed beads, anything will fit in there. And so that's sort of a fun thing. And so there's our little shaker embellishment. So let me show you this big project again. So be watching for the video where I show you how to complete this mini treat bag with that thin lint there. But there's the insert. So thanks for joining me today for this little shaker tag, and I hope that you'll go have some fun crafting.